Okay, so today I'm just going to show you a quick total body workout that you can do with a band. So let's say you're traveling, or maybe you're stuck home in a pandemic, and all you've got is a band and your body, and we need a pole, all right? So we need some kind of a pole or even a tree. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just get warmed up real quick. So go for a 5-minute walk, do some high knee steps, move your arms a little, basically just get your heart rate up and your core body temperature elevated just a little bit. And then because we're doing mostly upper body with the band, I'm just going to warm up a little bit of the upper body. I'm just going to bend at the hip right here, cross my arms, and just do a couple of thoracic twists, trying to keep my hips stable, so I'm just twisting my upper body. Another thing you can do is you can go up against a wall or this pole and slide your arms up the wall and down. Those are wall angels, just warming up the shoulders. You can do a couple of body weight squats. Just get your body a little bit warmed up and your muscles engaged. The other thing I want to say is that every time we do an exercise, I want you to remember to engage your core. And the best way to remember how to do that is you can do an exhale like shh, like you're saying shh to somebody. And when you say shh to somebody, feel that tightening in your core. It's almost like you have a belt that's too tight and you're kind of pushing against it, or maybe you're, if somebody were going to punch you in the stomach, how would you tighten against it? Remember that feeling, and every time we do an exercise and we breathe out, I want you to shh, give a little shh, and I want you to engage your core. Okay, so we got our band, we got our pole. First thing we're going to do is our pushing exercises. So the first pushing exercise we're going to do is the chest press, okay? You want to put enough of a stretch into the band so that it's a little bit hard, not too easy, not too hard. You want to be able to do about 6 to 10 of these. And my hips and shoulders and head are all aligned. My back is straight, my knees are slightly bent, and exhale. And I'm going to tighten my core when I exhale, so shh. And then inhale when you come back in. Press out and in. Exhale and inhale. I can turn my wrists, or I can keep them straight out, or I can turn them. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is from this position. Another chest exercise is flies. So instead of pushing straight out, I'm going to pretend I have a big old barrel around my chest. A lot of times I'll do a split stance for this, a little bit easier to keep my position. My back is nice and straight, and I'm hugging a barrel. Exhale when you hug. Shh, tighten that core. And inhale. Exhale. Shh. Hug that barrel. And inhale. Coming nice and wide, but my shoulders are staying stable. I'm not coming too far back because that's putting undue pressure on my shoulders. Hug that barrel and back. Okay, so from the chest press position, we're going to hinge at the hip, and if you look from the side angle, I'm bending, keeping my back straight and neutral, and I'm pressing up. So instead of a chest press now, I'm doing a shoulder press. Head, shoulders, hips in line. I don't want to be too bent back, and I don't want to be hunched. I just want to be very neutral. The more you bend at the hip, the more straight up you're pressing into the shoulder. And exhale on the way up. Shh. Activate that core. Inhale on the way in. Again, 6 to 10 of these. Okay, and then the next exercise we're going to do is for triceps. We're going to take a split stance again. We're going to put our hands on our forehead. We call these skull crushers. Upper arms stay stiff, and the forearms extend straight out. Exhale on the way out. Shh. Tighten that core, and inhale. Back to the skull. Push out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Okay, so those are our pressing exercises. I'm going to just turn around for the pulling exercises now. Again, you got all this room on the pole. You're going to come about mid-body with your band. You're going to get into just an athletic stance, slightly bent knees, head, shoulders, and back nice and straight. And I'm going to do a row. And I'm not pulling this way. This is not a bicep exercise. Your hands are hooks. You're driving your elbows back, and you're getting good scapular retraction in the back. If you look in the back, you'll see that when I come forward, I kind of relax my shoulder blades and then I retract them. See how I retract them? And then I drive my elbows back. If you go nice and slow with your forearm, and if you've got enough, if the band is tight enough, it should be hard to do 6 to 10 of these. Find a tension in the band that makes it hard to do 6 to 10. Bring my shoulder blades together. I'm exhaling. Shoulders, elbows back, and forward. Relax those shoulder blades. Elbows back and forward. Exhale. Retract my shoulder blades and back. Okay. Another pulling exercise is biceps. So you can lower your band down a little bit, all the way down if you want. Okay. You lock your upper arms into your body. Again, that athletic stance, slightly bent knee, back, head, shoulders, neck nice and straight, and curl your forearms towards you. Exhale on the way out. So on the way up, excuse me. Tighten my core when I exhale and inhale down. If you feel like it's too easy, just step back a little. It'll get harder. Shoot to do 6 to 10 of these. Okay, and another pulling exercise that we can do for shoulders. Come back up in the middle, that athletic stance, and we're going to do rear delts. We're going to do shoulders. So I'm just bringing my arms apart like this, and you can see in the back, I'm just tightening my rhomboids and my shoulders. Remember also that the slower you go, the harder it is. So if I do a really slow set, really slow, let's say I do 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 2007, 2008. It is really tough to go that slow. Go slow in the negative too. You really work those muscles if you go slow. Also gives you better control. Still breathing out. Okay, and so don't forget, you can move the band up and down. So if you're doing your row, for example, you can kind of come down at an angle. If you've got a way to hook your band in up to something, you can even do in this case, you could do almost like a pull-up, or like a lat pull-down. Okay, so now we're going to take the band. What can we do with the band under our feet? So the first thing, bicep exercise, you make sure that they're the same length. You get that athletic stance. And upper arms tight and curl up. Now, let's say this feels a little bit too easy. How can you make this harder? How can you add weight? I can step it out and I can take up more of the band. And see how the band is shorter now? My feet are shoulder width apart, and watch, so much harder now. So much harder. Let's say that you're on number 8 of these and you don't think you can get 2 more. I'm standing up straight. Exhale. Now I just want to get a couple more, but I can't. I can actually lower my body down. That lightens the weight just enough for me to get just a couple more. And those are some good tips for using the band. Okay, what else can you do with the band under your feet? You can do tricep kickbacks. So back straight, extend the forearms out, and you can kick back, tighten your triceps, relax, exhale, inhale, and from here you can also do shoulders. There's my rear shoulders, just like I did on the pole. Arms up, tightening my rear delts. If I step forward, okay, make sure they're even, and I can do front raises to hit the front delts. Exhale on the way up, tighten your core, and inhale. And you just get 6 to 10 of these, and then you can do lateral raises. Bend over just a little bit again, hip hinge, and With lateral raises, I'm always very, very careful not to really try to keep my arms super straight. I've had shoulder surgery, so I'm super careful of these shoulders. I bend my elbows just a little bit, and I come a little bit forward. And you do 6 to 10 of these. So that's pretty much all the different things you can do with the band. If you want to get a little bit of lower body in, you could always just do some body weight squats. You could do single leg squats. You could do single leg Romanian deadlifts, which is a good hamstring exercise. And you could do lunges. You do rear lunges. These are just all some different things you can do with for lower body. So, stuck at home in a pandemic, traveling, no excuse. Bring a band with you. You can get a full body workout in. Don't forget to do a little bit of a cool down when you're done. Some breathing exercises or walk to cool your body down. Okay.